5, 4.
Just consume product.
3, 2.
The following program contains naughty bits.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have another successor to Concord, except Concord is not dead. That's being resurrected as I speak. I look like Old Man Grim when I do that. Chicken my thigh, slap my thigh, slap my thigh. No, we've got a new contender. But wait a minute, Jace. Isn't there a Fair Games coming out from Jade Richmond, who used to work for Ubisoft? Well, we did a reaction to that quite a few weeks ago, and that's gone very radio silent. But there's a new contender, folks, and it comes packaged in DEI and ESG. It's Ethos. Project Ethos.
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
Come again. Don't worry, baby, I'm coming.
Well, space fans, exciting news, huh? And there's even more in part 2.
On today's episode of Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Okay, you can come.
Are you coming?
Kind of busy right now.
And I'm coming for it, Ken. I'm coming for the fucking money, you piece of shit.
I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling.
In the ass end of space, even aliens watch Jason King with Kung Fu Hot Dog.
This is the greatest show.
Help! Help! Approved by 1970s Robert Redford.
So, thanks to Old Man Grim and Minimal Effort Gaming, they brought this to our attention regarding Project Ethos, which comes under the publisher of 2K. You know who they are, right? So, without further ado, folks, we need to get into this because it is, unfortunately, another game that's targeted for the modern audience. Does such a phrase exist? I don't think it does, to be honest. So what we're going to do is to go on over to IGN, where Stella Chung gave a review, her impressions rather, of this particular game, which by the way is free to play. But you and I know, folks, nothing is ever free to play because eventually you're going to have to pay up for microtransactions, the whole caboodle, right? So let's have a look at this. And in fact, this was 23 hours ago. Look at the impressions already. 330 likes, 1,600 dislikes. In fact, if I refresh that now, has that dislikes ratio gone up?
Great thing about this job every time.
Huh? It's gone down? Hang on a second. You've just seen that, right? 1,500. That can't be right. Have I just misread that? Have I been rubbing too many titties in my faces recently? No, look at that. That is very strange. It seems that is bizarre, isn't it? I just saw 1,600 and it's gone, they've knocked 100 off. I guess now IGN are doing a little bit of damage control by making sure that the dislikes aren't as bad as the... Well, they can't really catch up now, can they? You know, by the end of this video, folks, I'm going to make sure that I refresh this page again and see if the... That's so bizarre if the dislikes continue to decrease.
Project Ethos is a new free-to-play third-person hero extraction shooter that mixes in roguelike elements. The main game of Project Ethos is an extraction mode, and while I was excited to finally see 31st Union's first project since its formation in 2019, I couldn't help but feel that a lot of the mechanics felt like they belonged in games from that year. Here's the thing, Project Ethos is fine as a game. It hits all the right notes as an extraction hero third-person shooter. But
yes.
My first impression after a few hours of hands-on time
was that it was dog shit?
Seems to fall short of delivering anything that's truly genre-defying in either the roguelike or extraction shooter departments. In the preview, I was able to play 6 different heroes, each, as you'd expect, with their own abilities and weapons. This forces...
Now, the character Prism, I will think out of the roster of characters I've seen, she's the most attractive. She looks Hispanic or Indian because she's got the straight black hair and she's got some boobalicious boobies trying to get through that heavily reinforced outfit. I mean, why, gamers? Why are you doing this? You don't want the men to have the male gaze? Even a female on my recent video regarding Nexon and the fact that jiggle physics always sell a game, even her comments ring true. Even women want jiggle physics in a video game, and she gets a gold star from me for coming out with such a based and common sense remark. But I do like Prism, but as the common thread here goes, folks, I'm going to take it back a little bit, or in fact I don't even have to. At the bottom you can see the 6 character lineup faces there. They all virtually look very similar to each other. Now, that might have escaped me the first time round, but other people have been saying this. Even the 2 white dudes at the very end are not that dissimilar to each other, the same kind of hairline, everything else. But what a shame. You could have made his character very sexy, folks. You could have given a bit more of a revealing outfit. But 31st Union, the people behind Project Ethos, I wonder what the eventual name is going to be. I'm actually willing to bet it could be this title right here, Prism. And what I was going to say was 31st Union, the people behind Project Ethos. When I heard that name, I thought it's got a touch of Confederacy about it. It's a very bizarre name for a... well, it's kind of almost an ironic name for a publisher of games when you know, or a developer, when you know what their policies are. Oh my God, I mean, honestly, we thought it was bad with Ubisoft and CD Projekt Dead, but now it's the turn of 31st Union, which almost sounds like a bank in some ways as well. But the excitement for this game is absolutely mounting, folks. I mean, I can't contain my urges any longer. It's just so much for me to take in. It really is. Look at all of this. It all matters, folks. Diversity matters in an online multiplayer shooter of sorts. Oh, they're very chuffed. I seem to know that chick on the right hand side, not personally, but I've seen her face before somewhere. But honestly, when you actually scroll down to Project Ethos posts, it's just differing factors that I see. All these female Twitch streamers who have gone well past their sell-by date at this stage, and it's pretty funny. Oh, look at these guys. Oh, look, yay! We're Project Ethos. We can't wait. I mean, again, you're talking about diversity. I think this is the Spanish team, and yeah, I can see the tons of diversity in this all-white lineup, which is rather hilarious. And that's, again, folks, that's the whole beauty about these things. When a bad video game comes out, don't go after the developers. Just kill them with kindness. Just do that, because it will just really get on their nerves. Now, this was surprising. This is Kotaku. The colorful hero extraction that is called Project Ethos feels already dated by Zach Zuizen, that friend of yours and mine on the channel. And it's rather interesting. You would have thought someone like Kotaku would be like, yeah, bro, this is going to be the next shooter online that defines everything. Again, they were more in favor of Concord doing big gangbuster numbers, and quite clearly that failed really hard in the process. But it's rather interesting what Mr. Zuizen says right here. But again, what was rather interesting, one of the paragraphs, they refer to the IGN review from Stella Chung. So I'm surprised they couldn't actually delve deeper with their own thoughts. Although he does mention here, there's mostly been a mix of people joking about the fact it will share the same fate as Concord. Just what you always wanted to see. 31st Union, and this is their official website right here. And don't they look like a happy bunch of people right here? I do like their smiley faces. And this is from Valencia, Spain. Come join us right now. Well, listen, guys, if I could, I would. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to meet your criteria for some bizarre reason. Now, when you go over to the career page, they're looking for a senior core editor, an engineer, maybe even Energer sounds better actually, a senior UI artist, a writer on a 12-month contract. Now, this part here is interesting for different reasons, and I'm going to get into the job application part right now. We are the 31st Union. Who are we exactly? Well, we're a diverse team of developers driven by a passion for our art, united by our core values and inspired by a culture of inclusivity to build amazing games that will thrill players everywhere. Very bold, very fantastic. Give me that contract. Let me sign on the dotted line. We pursue growth and innovation in an environment of safety and trust. So if a beautiful long-legged blonde walks by in the offices and you dare to ogle her, they're taking you to HR right away and they're going to spank you 3 times on your very cute body. Not the secretary, me. Our culture, because it could be nobody else's, is built on the belief that the more varied voices in our collective will strengthen our team, our games, and our resolve. We are looking for our next teammate with big titties, I'm just kidding, who will raise our bar and make us better. So right now, you're a terrible bunch of people. So the next person you pull in is going to improve your well-being. And if you've been badly behaved, this person is going to elevate the team morale in San Mateo or Valencia, Spain. So the writer for 12 months, as I stated, oh my God, I can't believe I have to read this. So on the 10th bullet point, this is the job description, by the way, a strong passion for storytelling in games and an understanding of how to create representative and authentic characters by leveraging knowledge of today's pop culture and entertainment landscape. When have you picked up a video game in the last 10 years where they referenced something like Tarantino or, I don't know, a pop star that you like? Now, the nearest thing I can think of is Wet with Eliza Dushku, which was a homage to Tarantino, pulpy kind of violent movies. That's the only thing that springs to mind.
Sounds and feels retro cool to me, and it has that Quentin Tarantino sort of feel to it, and it's unbelievably modern and hip and today. I'm really proud of it. I'm just excited for people to get a hit of it.
So why on earth do we need to bring in pop culture to a video game? So for a 12-month contract, this is pretty amazing. From $54,000 to $83,000 per year. But it's only a 12-month contract, right? So I'm not quite sure why it's maybe they're stating it for contractual reasons. Maybe the 12-month contract might extend. So I'm going to take face value at this. If the next title they work on is hugely successful, they'll probably extend your contract to another year. While I don't think it actually says that here in this lineup, that's what I think is going to be the important thing. However, security notice is very interesting. We have recently been made aware of increasing occurrences of bad actors posing as company HR personnel to gain information from potential candidates in the form of job interviews and offers. These scams can be quite sophisticated and appear legitimate. Well, I don't know about you, 31st Union, but really, the bad actors and actresses who apply for this job and walk into your offices, sit down, get the job, and it turns out they're another Matt Walsh from the Daily Wire, then perhaps that's the scenario you should be worried about. In the month of October. Halloween. Best time ever. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my breakdown. That is my coverage of Project Ethos, which sounds absolutely pretentious beyond belief. And you know what? I absolutely love it. And on that one, ladies and gentlemen, if you were me, and if I were you, and if you're in the sea of blue like my room right here, make sure you leave a like, smash that subscribe button, and I will catch you, catching me, for the return of my next video.
Here's the thing, Project Ethos is fine as a game. It hits all the right notes as an extraction hero third-person shooter, but...
Can you stop staring at my tits, please?